Alright, today we're going to patch Sounds of Skyrim to the whole guide. So first thing we want to do here is we're going to run xedit and load up the entire load order. Make sure everything's selected, including Helgen Reborn. And give xedit a chance to load up here. Okay, background loader is finished. So next thing we want to do is apply filter to show conflicts for the whole load order. This will take a couple minutes. When I did it earlier, I think it took about 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. So wait for that to load up. Alright, we're just waiting for it to load on up. Okay, if this bloody filter will ever finish. I guess 414 plugins takes a while. Okay, here we go. So now that that's done, let's find Sounds of Skyrim because that's the one we want to patch first.
Just me and my mate. We made the moon, honey. Come up 2 hours late.
Ah,
Ain't that a man, Lord?
there we go. 28. There it is. So first one here we want to look at is Acoustic Space Internal Ratway Dungeon. And reverb and ambience audio and Sounds of Skyrim compete in this. I think on this one we'll let Sounds of Skyrim win, so on that one we won't actually do anything on. And let's start hitting these cells. Okay, here's definitely our first one. We'll want to patch. Sounds of Skyrim changes the acoustic space to SOS Civil Inside Villages Chicken Large. The original is Interior Room Wood Large. And looks like ELE puts it back to the original. So we're going to override ELE on just that one record header, XCAS Acoustic Space. So the way we're going to do that first is right click on ELE SS on that record and copy as override into. Now to start with, I'm not sure how large this file is going to be. It may not be able to handle the ESL flag. So to start with, I'm going to just do it as a standard ESP, and then we can always flag it as ESL later. That way we've got all the room we need to do with. And I'm just going to call this one Master Patch. I do not follow the method where you make a bunch of small patches for like Sounds of Skyrim and ELE. I would make a single patch for that. I go where I just patch the entire load order into one file. So, and I call it Master Patch. So that way later on, as I patch other mods, I'll be able to just keep the one file. Just the way I prefer doing it. I don't really care for the method. I tried it once and I just thought it was so tedious. It took such a long time to do that it really wasn't worth it. Now as we move that record over and put it into our master patch, it's a Sounds of Skyrim specific mod, so our master patch needs Sounds of Skyrim as a master. Always just say yes on that, and that fully patches that one. Let's see, next one, same thing. It's going to be a lot of these with ELE and Sounds of Skyrim. So we just keep on rolling down the line here. Keep going until we find something different. Now if you notice there, I just double clicked on the Master Patch ESP. You can do that, or you can check the checkbox and click OK. Both work just fine. Elminster has made a fabulous tool here with Xedit. So we copy his override into, double click my master patch. Whoops. Don't copy the whole record. And boom. And it does get tedious as you do hundreds of records, but 'tis the only way I know to do it. Now, as I'm going here, I am checking the names of all of the mods that edit this record. And as we can see, grayed out means that it is basically an identical to master. So they make no changes. And what we're looking for is red up here. So I know that Sounds of Skyrim has been overwritten, and that ELE being green, ELE is the winning mod. And we just keep this going. Eventually we'll run into something different. Whoops. I did it right. And just move along and drag and drop records. Okay, now if we look here, USEP, Relighting Skyrim, Cloaks, and ELE are all green. They all change something. So, unofficial Skyrim patch changes weather winter hold. Relighting Skyrim does the same. So, these mods, Relighting Skyrim, Sounds of Skyrim, and Cloaks ESP all move forward the weather winter hold, the USEP change here. So all we will need to do is the same as we've done with all the others. If, say, ELE had gone back to the vanilla weather coast, for that I would move the USEP change forward as well. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have the same thing here. Yep. Oops. And Update ESM just became a master of our little patch. Eventually we're going to run into one that we're not able to make completely green, which is fine. There seems to be a misconception that you want absolutely no conflicts within a load order, but that is not the case, as if there were no conflicts, mods would not change anything. Whoops. Oops. Dang it. Okay, I made a mistake there. But that's easy to fix. So, what I did was, just to show you, I accidentally copied the Sounds of Skyrim record. I put it into ELESSE instead of putting it into the master patch. That's an easy one to fix. We just go over here, click a hamburger, and then save, and unselect ELESSE. Click OK, and our mistake will actually be fixed. So, just to be safe, I'm going to exit out and reset things real quick. What ended up in overwrite? Oh, our master patch, okay. Now I could leave it in override as we do this, but I will go ahead and make a mod of it. And of course it will always load at the absolute bottom of your load order in the right pane. Always 100%. Okay, we'll rerun Xedit and reset the conflicts here. Right click, select all to make sure everything's selected. Let it load up. I do not use Dynaload that much. I would say let Dynaload go under this one. But they kind of touch different records. Yeah, I would say let Dynaload take priority over your master patch. Okay. And gotta wait for the filter to apply again for conflicts. Takes a couple minutes.
I've been dogged and I've been driven ever since I left my mother's home. I've been dogged and I've been driven ever since I left my mother's home. And I can't see the reason why that I can't leave these no good women alone.
There we go. I did a written for anybody that comes up afterwards. They can see the actual answer there. My understanding is Dynaload should win everything. Of course, I don't know if this would be the case or not. I've really not used Dynaload, but it is always possible that you could patch Dynaload into Master Patch. But I don't think that would be a good idea, as Dynaload does change from time to time as you add different textures in. And we're back up to hurry up and wait here.
Whoa, yeah. The woman, she's living on a poor man's pay.
Thanks for that, Chef. So if you have the master patch active when you run Dindoload, then you let Dindoload win to the master patch.
I got a rich man's woman, but the woman she living on a poor man's pay.
Yeah, I figured Dindoload should always win everything, is my understanding of it. Of course, like I said, I've never actually used it successfully, so I think though, don't you question here is, so I'm going to do a recording of this and the chat won't be seen. Question is, was my understanding that Dindoload wanted to see everything. I believe that's correct, but don't you turn your bash patch off when you run Dindoload? Or am I mistaken on that? Okay, here we go. Filter is finished again finally. So acoustic space we decided we're not going to do anything with. We could let reverb and ambience win, or we could let Sounds of Skyrim win. I'm for letting the Sounds of Skyrim win that one. Pure personal choice though. If you wanted reverb to win, you could add it to the master patch. Now, of course, all the green that we had already set has all disappeared. No longer shown. Gotcha. Thanks, Chef. Chef saying he doesn't remember. He hasn't run a bash patch in a while. He'd have to look at Dindo instructions. And Haldalkin says he stopped using bash as well, and he uses smash patch instead and leaves it active when he runs Dindoload. As I say, I'm doing a recording of this and I'm going to put up on YouTube. So that's why I'm going on ahead and saying those questions out loud.
I told you I work hard on 2 jobs. I make overtime every day.
This part gets boring.
Well, you know I got a rich man's woman. Oh, yeah. The woman, she living
Somebody's
on a
probably
poor
made a
man's
script
pay.
that'll do this, but okay, here's one where we have a bunch of red in the lighting. Let's take a look at what does what. Okay, looks like ELE's made some pretty significant changes to the lighting in this area.
Well, I'm wild about you, baby, and you just won't treat me right. Yes, I'm wild about you, darling, and you just won't treat me right.
Looks like alternate start is winning a bunch of stuff here. With the patch, we have a realistic audio overhaul, ELE, and alternate start patch already in place. And looks like the lighting goes with alternate start. Where are we at? Rorikstead. The inn in Rorikstead, okay. So, since we already have a patch, I want to keep that. But let's look at as involves Sounds of Skyrim, since that's the main one. Okay. I think that we are going to use the Sounds of Skyrim sound here. Okay. Debating this one. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Here's a case where you're never going to get this one to go green. Too many mods conflict here. So you just have to look at what you want and figure out what needs to be what. And a lot of times when I am doing patching, I will go with Arthmore. I found him to be pretty knowledgeable about how the game wins. And sometimes when you're patching, it's just personal choice. Especially when you get into patching armors and stuff like that. If weapons, armor, clothing, clutter fixes makes the armor rating of something at 90 and it was originally 45, you might want it back to the 45, or you might want it at 200. So some patching does end up being personal choice. And back to the old grind here. The reason I chose Sounds of Skyrim to do as a patch is because, as you can see, it really gets cut out of a lot of places. And you don't even know it's really there in a lot of areas. And the reason that I'm copying my override from ELE is because that's the main lighting mod, and obviously we want the main lighting mod to win in nearly all instances. And like I imagine if we were to go to this cell 138cc and look at it within, say, Book Cover Skyrim, I'm sure Book Cover Skyrim's probably adds something in this cell, as does Hearthfire's. Might be a good idea to do a save real quick. Never hurts to save every now and again. Okay, here's another one with a bunch of changes. So first let's look here. USEP, reverb, relighting, book covers, Aslal, Buvarp, and our main patch. So a lot of lighting changes. Which I think the patch probably has it correct. Image space. Yep, let's go ahead and change Sounds of Skyrim with this one. And leave the rest of it like it is, I think. Whoops, I put that in the wrong place, didn't I? No, I got it right. Okay, good. Okay, hey, we at least turned it yellow and not completely red. Hope everyone likes the music, by the way. I was in the mood for a little blues tonight.
Just waiting for my baby to maybe come around.
Okay, this one we're going to have a little bit different stuff to look at as far as changing. Got multiple mods that need patching here. So first, let's take a look at the full name here that needs to be changed. And Karthwasten actually gives it a name. I think we're going to pull that one forward. Next thing, Karthwasten actually gives it a ownership. We'll want to copy that over and remove that record and then give it that. Hey, we made that one completely green. Cool. Thank you, Gertrudes. Yeah, I've been listening to blues for quite a while now. Love me some blues. Probably what, baby? I've been listening to blues for, a couple decades now, almost exclusively. That's right. First started with B.B. King. Old lady introduced me to B.B. 25 years ago. And then I got out trucking and had the XM, with Bluesville with the XM, and really started getting into blues then. And let's back up a couple here. This one where we made the changes to both Karthwasten and... It's not that one. That one. Yeah. Where we made all these other changes. I don't think this is the one. Yeah, it is. Thought I did that already. Oh, it's ELE. Duh. Okay. I'll need to remember not to save ELE. Where we made these changes here, I believe with the method, since Chef's here, he's familiar with the method, and I'm really not. You'd have to do that over a couple of different patches. Or not sure how you would patch multiple mods together with the method, so... Turning a lot green though, I like that. Okay, Chef just answered that yes, it probably would happen over a few different patches to get everything worked together correctly. Yeah, like I say, I've not used the method much at all. I tried it once and kind of didn't like it. Seemed like it was a lot of extra work. I guess if you switch around to a lot of different load orders, it would make sense because You would always have a Sounds of Skyrim and an ELE set of patches to go to our patch that would always go when you use two of them in one load order. But for me, I find it easier build your load order, then go and patch everything. Okay, here we go again to the Realistic Audio Overhaul and ELE Alternate Start patch. And I kind of agree with the patch on everything, except I do think the Sounds of Skyrim sounds is probably what we want. Whoops, why didn't it copy over? I did copy over. Yep, good. Yep, Chef wrote back that it takes forever as far as the method goes, but that is the benefit that it is modular. In other words, you can take your patches with you, whereas my method, the master patch, will only work on this specific load order, or this load order plus extras, but then you'd have to go back and redo your master patch anyhow. So back to the grind here. Let's see, been a while since I've saved. We should probably save. Whoops. Don't want to save that. I need to ask for a feature request from Elminster for a damn undo button. Yep, this is load order specific patching. Like I said earlier, that's what we're doing here. Once you get your load order completely together, then is when you come in and do this sort of patching. As you can see, a lot of Sounds of Skyrim just isn't in your load order. It doesn't make a bit of difference because it's been overwritten by ELE. So doing this, we combine both the two mods together, basically. It's a fairly simple process. You do have to know a little bit about what you're doing, what the headers are. Two good rules of thumb: never mess with quests, and what's the other one? Never mess with quests. And my mind just went blank on me. But for sure, unless you really know what you're doing, don't mess with quests. Oh, and never mess with Navmesh. Navmesh should only be done from within CK, period. And questing should only be messed with if you really know what the hell you're doing. And there are very few people out there that know enough to go playing around with quests. You can really break the game if you screw something up with questing. Yeah, Hal Dalkin writes, I actually ended up dumping ELE for this reason and tried to cobble together a few different mods as an alternative. ELE fights with pretty much everything, as you can see here. It really does, but you know any lighting mod does. And the main reason for that is that if we go and we look at any cell here, let's take this one right here for instance. Anything that places an object within a cell has to have the original cell, has to have the parent cell in place, the parent record, which is, say, this 15201 Tovald's Cave. So any mod that places anything in Tovald's Cave is going to have this master record. And they may not actually, like you can see, most everything here makes no change to this master cell. They just place something within it. So Update, Dawnguard, USleep, Relighting Skyrim, they all change the master cell, but they don't actually change anything within the master cell. But you get something like the sound mod or the lighting mod, and they are going to change something within that master cell. So that's why any lighting mod you'll find will make changes to the master cell and are hard to be for compatibility, for just that reason. Okay, we've got another one here. It makes a lot of changes. Let's see. Again, we've got the patch. And I say we're going to keep things with the patch. Except for... Yep, we'll go with Sounds of Skyrim Sounds for this. Looks like whoever made that patch wanted alternate start to pretty much win everything, and kind of agree with that. Again, like I said, Othmore's changes you can pretty much count on being correct. I wouldn't doubt if the developers have a question about something, they send a message to Othmore for an answer. I think I put it in the wrong spot. There we go. What else changed the lighting from... Maybe I shouldn't have picked Sounds of Skyrim, because it is a lot of the same. Steve definitely has it right. Modding is the game. Skyrim is just another tool to test mods. Yeah, we might switch on to something else here in a minute. And see if we can do some whoops, wrong mod. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna take hours. Let's see, let's move on to a different mod. Coins of Tamriel might be interesting. Here's one I already know of. Bash patch gets wrong. I haven't actually fixed it yet for this load order. It is already covered in the guide though. What happens here is the Draugr have both gold and Alessia because Bash patch puts it all together where it should have just Alessia. So it's a simple fix though. We simply remove these. Whoops. Dang it. There we go. We simply remove these items that out of the bash patch that it adds back in. And there we go, and now they will only have the Alessia. Just a little quick something that bash patch gets wrong. Oops. Damn it. It's an easy fix though. Do that. Now it's fixed completely. Why, thank you, Windows Defender. Now this one, because it's just something that the bash patch gets wrong, I just remove this from the bash patch rather than adding it into the master patch. Yeah, I'm going to look at Gertrude's says, speaking of lighting, he did a changeover to Lanterns of Skyrim 2 and had to remove 17 total items, mods, and patches. She says that sounds about right, and it really does. I will probably eventually getting around to doing that. Don't know when. Especially on my frickin' load order. Okay, now this is urns, burial urns. They should also only be... Whoops.
and a man will not let her be. Every time she make a spread,
There we go. And that'll give us only Alessia available. Cool.
gonna get me a gambling woman. If it's the last thing
Correct. If you look here, this one is Dwarven Gold Boss.
gonna get me a gambling
So you would not expect them
if it's the last
to have gold, to have septums. They should only have Dwemer coins with coins of Tamriel. But what Bash does is, as you can see, it merges in the original Skyrim ESM stuff and the coins of Tamriel stuff, where it should have just the coins of Tamriel stuff. See, so now in game, I saw it once.
you've been using that stuff.
Yep. So if you go in game with just the bash as is without fixing it, and you kill something, it'll have both gold and Dwemer coins. Or in the case of Draugrs, as you can see, it's going to have both gold and Alessia. When actually it should only have Alessia and not have gold. You would not expect gold to be on a 1,000-year-old mummy because there were no septums back then. So it's just a simple, easy fix. And like I say, I just fixed that within the bash patch. Yep, well actually that's it for level stuff. I'm working on the Coins of Tamriel mod just to do something a little different. Let's see here. Okay, here's a nice little one. Okay, you did it off my load order. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I just have to, talking about the lanterns of Skyrim too. I just got to get into it and get it done. Of course, lantern caretakers will come out. Trying to think what else. Blowing in the Wind, I'll have to be reinstalled, as I installed it for Lanterns of Skyrim, and I noticed Lanterns of Skyrim 2 comes with blowing lanterns already, so which is kind of cool. Now let's look at this conflict here. Coins of Tamriel has changed the name of the coin from gold to septum. So relationship dialogue overhaul puts the prompt back in, can I make a request, 25 gold, whereas Coins of Tamriel says, can I make a request, 25 septums. So this is one we're going to want to put in the master patch. Bloop, there we go. It's just a continuity sort of thing here with this. Nothing game breaking, obviously. But for continuity's sake. And here we see the same sort of thing. Buvarp changes it back to the original. So... okay. Now if you look here, immersive horses, okay, I see the difference. Immersive Horses already has the septums in there. Just instead of here's my offer, X septums, Immersive Horses says how about 300 septums. So that one I'm going to leave alone. And this one we will want to change. Yep. These, of course, are not big game-breaking stuff, but it's a huge continuity thing. Where you talk to one guy and he asks for septums, and then the next person asks for gold. And we're turning a lot of stuff to green, which is kind of nice. Okay, I hadn't saved in a while, so let's go ahead and save again. Okay. Yep, Hal Dalkin says one of the nice benefits of having several hundred hours playing when doing this kind of thing. Without that, it's hard to contextualize these records without a guide. Like you knowing which conversations these ties to makes it really easy to make a decision. That's absolutely true. You do have to know the game and know what your mods are when you're doing this sort of thing. But a lot of it too is just personal choice. So I know this one's going to be the same thing, so I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, I wish the Bash Patch would figure out how to do this sort of thing. Or Smash Patch, or whichever one of them. Of course, I can understand why not. Okay. Okay, here's one where we can see that the Coins of Tamriel does not pull forward a USEP change, which is a encounter zone. That is worth bringing forward. So we will do so. This is probably going to be the same thing. Yep. be honest, not sure what encounter zones do. I'd have to look it up on the CK Wiki. But I've always transferred them forward. Again, it's a fallback on Othmore thing. If he thinks it's important, chances are it is. Okay, here's a conflict that we want to happen. Skyrim ESM changes the water from... Oh, thanks. Encounter zones are leveling minimums and maximums for loot and enemies present. Appreciate that, Hal Dalkin. Like I say, I'd have to look it up on the wiki. But I've always pulled them forward when I run into them. Now here's the interesting one. XCWT water. Original is default marsh water. Update changes it to river water flow. USEP relighting Skyrim brings that forward. Coins of Tamriel puts it back to default marsh water, which is the Skyrim ESM one. And Realistic Water 2 also puts it as default marsh water. Since this is a water record and Realistic Water 2 is what we're going with, we will leave this one alone and trust that Realistic Water 2 has that right, which chances are pretty good they do. If we were to change it, would probably do some odd things with the water flow. It wouldn't look right within the room as two separate cells meet with two different style water flows. Alright, now this one is a positioning, and again this is simply, what is this item even? A coin purse. USEP has changed its position slightly. My guess would be as it clips through the table as you enter the room, and USEP fixes that. So generally I bring all of USEP stuff forward when I run into it. Now that's actually got Coins of Tamriel fully patched. Yep. So Coins of Tamriel has been completely patched now to the god. Wait a minute, I didn't look at the cells, did I? Dang it. Okay. Another coin purse change. And again, this is just bringing USEP changes forward, which is generally a good idea. Okay, I believe that's got Coins of Tamriel as good as we're gonna get it. Yep. All right. Have a good one, Chef. Let's see. Let's take a look at WAF here. Okay, as we can see, this one's complicated. Realistic Needs and Diseases is overwritten, as is Weapons, Armor, Clothing, Clutter Fixes, and Cooking in Skyrim wins out. So, what are we looking at? Firebrand wine. Half pound, 1.5 pounds. Value slightly more. I don't see any need to change that. Okay. There's a couple things here that we will probably want. Realistic needs and diseases to add into. First, we definitely want return empty bottle. Fortify stamina. Damage stamina rate. I can agree with both of those. That adds to the thirst value of it. So here we're going to want to add an effect in and pull the drinking water down to it. So now it will add to thirst, it will return an empty bottle. Fortify stamina, stamina rate, resist frost. And let's add another one and let it get you drunk too. So pull this one down. Now as we can see, it's still going to be red. There's still going to be issues with it. But, you know, I think that weight's probably closer to a bottle of wine. It's probably closer to 1.5 pounds rather than a pound. But as you can see, we've now added in some of realistic needs and diseases stuff. It already has a resist frost. Okay. And even lasts longer in the cooking in Skyrim, so we'll leave that. I like that. Okay. Now let's see what Alto Wine does. Same thing, we want to return an empty bottle. I did that in the wrong place, damn it. Sorry. Okay. So that adds the drinking to it. So we need to add a couple more effects in. We want it to also return an empty bottle. And and we want it to have the ability of as if you're getting drunk. So we need to add in one more effect in. So as you can see here, we are just combining effects. So it'll still have Fortify Barter. It'll damage your magic rate. It'll add to your, take away from your thirst. It'll give you an empty bottle, and it'll make you drunk. I like that. And a bottle of wine, I would say that's probably closer to the weight. And I like that price better. Okay. Wine bottle 02.
I think we're going to talk Paul into getting up here and playing something with us.
I like that name better. Bottle of wine should weigh a bit more. And we definitely want it to help with your thirst. We want it to give us an empty bottle. And we want it to get us drunk. I'm going to do this one a little differently though. I'm going to take away the damage magic deal. Okay. So as you can see, a lot of this stuff too is just personal choice. Double distilled skooma. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. Alright. Yeah, on that double distilled skooma, I think we want realistic needs and diseases to win all that out. There we go. Yep. Okay, and on plain skooma, yeah, I think same thing. Let's set it up as realistic needs and diseases does. Yeah, I did, and that was one that I had accidentally copied over as well. But it's okay because when I go to save, the only thing I'm actually going to save is my master patch. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay. Which is about time to exit out and resave again too. So we definitely want these keywords to be there. I'll go with the name too. The eat food snack. There we go. Okay. Now on this one, I'm going to add the Fortify Magica to it too. Kind of like that. Especially on an Adair cheese wheel. It's not just plain old cheese. So, and here
That was fun.
we want the spoilage keyword. And again, I'm going to leave the want to pull two effects. I'm going to pull two effects over on this one. There we go. Cool. So as you can see, a lot of it, a lot of times, just personal choice. Definitely want that keyword over there. Okay. Add in here. We want it to quench our thirst. Want it to let us get drunk. And Fortify Illusion. I could have left that out though. But I like that. And this is White Gold Tower. Okay, I like that. Is Cliff Racer effect. Fortify Alteration. I like that better than plain old skooma. Solitude Spiced Wine. Alright. I'm going to do this one easy. We're just going to make this one equal realistic needs and diseases. I think we're going to do the same. Whoops. I think we're going to do the same here. Copy the whole record over, I think. Okay, I like that name. Then from there, we'll make it match. R&D. Okay. Definitely want them all to be able to return empty bottles with R&D. Honey. Yeah, they can be. Question is, he's not used R&D in a while, or the bottle's a bit of a hot commodity. Sometimes they can be, sometimes not. But if you drink a bottle, shouldn't you get an empty bottle in return? So that's why I add the empty bottle back to pretty much everything. Even though this one does not have the add empty bottle on it. Burgundian blood wine. But you should definitely get drunk. Okay. This one we have some more keywords we need to move over. Now there, I like the eat soup sound better than to eat food sound. We definitely want it to be filling. And that. Yep. I like the slightly higher damage and stuff. Oops.
She is a little queen of spades, and the men will not let her be. Ooh, she is a little queen of spades, and the men will not let her be.
That's not a big change, but
Every time she makes this spread, who calls you?
okay. This one is a keyword change. Keyword changes are pretty important. You always want to bring keyword changes forward.
The last thing that I do. Hey, gonna get me a gambling woman. The last thing that I do. Hey man don't need a woman. Who Fat Brown he got to give all of his money to. And everybody says she got a mojo. Baby, you've been using that stuff. Everybody says she got a mojo. Cause she been using that stuff. She got a waist trimmed down. Ooh, hi, babe, and I mean it's most too tough.
Absolutely, always okay to ask a question. It's part of what we're here for.
We put our heads together. Who's that bound? Then we can make our money green.
I think I'm gonna leave that one with a little bit higher damage. And here we have a keyword change. Always want to bring keywords over. I did that.
You sit in your big house, baby. You drive your fancy car.
Parkway is asking at the end of section 12 of my guide. He's checking for incorrectly ordered masters, and the bash patch shows incorrectly ordered masters. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about sorting masters on that one. You're just doing a short test. It really shouldn't make a difference on a short test. If you're going to do a playthrough with it, I would say definitely order the masters. But for just a short test, meh, I wouldn't worry about it. here we have some keyword changes. Or erase changes. We want to make sure we do that. Same thing here. Yeah, I think everybody hates sorting left and right panes. Sorting the pane is a pain. Yeah. Winch outfit.
Gonna be a matter of time. You know the sun will rise. Must have been on in my head. I will let it
Not sure what to do on this one. I think we'll just let weapons clothing win out on that one. Shoot. What the hell? There we go. Okay, I think it might be time to do a save. No, 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 no. Oh, I think I should have saved the bash patch though. Okay. It's time to exit out and reset things here. Let's see, where am I at? Weapons, armor, clothing, clutter fixes. Okay. Very little of it. The guide itself doesn't make very many edits at all. The only thing I could think of is, as earlier where we fixed the Draugr gold within the bash patch, that's set up as part of the guide, as is making WACCF and Clothes of the Graybeards, where you can wear the Graybeards robes. The mod that WACCF already has it where you can wear the Graybeards robes, but you cannot craft them. And the other mod allows you to craft them, so they need a little help there to make that work right. But other than that, the guide doesn't really call for hardly any editing at all within Xedit. I try to. This is just a setup. I don't even know if I'll add this. I'll probably add it to the guide. This is more of a show you how to do things. Yeah. Well, we can. No, Parkway. Parkway asks, "Is this is what I'm doing here going to end up being part of the guide?" No, it's not. This is just extra to make your mods as compatible as possible. Like we were looking at with WACCF there. Just small things where, or Coins of Tamriel, when we made it compatible, where things are called gold instead of septums as they're supposed to be. There's very little editing. I try not to do that with my guides, because to fully patch this mod list of 558 mods, 400 and some odd, correct, not essential at all. This is more of a learning thing for people that want to see how to do so. And this is going to take a couple minutes. I'm going to run and use the restroom. Grab me a soda. Let's empty out and fill back up. While it's applying this filter, takes about 3-4 minutes. Alright, I am back and the filter is done. So,
I know I love you, babe, with all my heart and soul. I give you everything I got, babe. I even go to phone nights and rob you for some gold. Yeah, it's gonna be all right. Because I need the one and the money. And cause everything gonna be all right tonight.
here's a nice, quick, easy one. This one will be a fairly simple one to do. There we go.
Everything gonna be all right, baby. I know because I feel it in my bones. Everything gonna be all right, baby. Because I feel it in my bones.
Cool. Couldn't get Ricky to go completely green, but close.
I don't want
Set we can probably.
to be alone. Come on, baby, you got it. Get it, buddy. Wait, baby.
See what we can do here with this.
Come here, pretty baby.
Cool. There we go. Make her not essential now. And stick with the mods remake of her. Like that. Okay.
Tell me, baby, why did you stay last night? Don't you
Whoops.
hear me crying?
Didn't mean to remove everything. There we go.
Stop your train. Let her over right. Don't you hear me crying? Fare you well. Never see you no more. Don't you hear me crying? Who bit your business?
Turning a lot of stuff green here.
Little bitty boy.
See what the change here is. There we go. I'm okay with it being worth more.
Sets my soul on fire. Your voice is like an angel above.
Same here.
The touch of your hand drives me insane. But baby, I won't
Always okay with stuff being worth more.
crazy about every little thing you do. I cherish the way you hug. Your kiss is so sweet, honey, it can't be beat. But baby, I want to be loved.
Okay, leave that alone.
Every time I ask you for a date, you don't come at all of you mighty late. I asked you to dance a little spin. You said, wait a minute, daddy, here come my friend. I love the way you walk when you pass me by, even when you try to snub. You kiss me, honey, when
I think we'll leave that as it is.
but baby, I want to be loved.
I don't know about a mod that doesn't pull forward update changes.
Every time I ask you for a date, you don't come at all, or you mighty late. I asked you to dance a little spin. You said, wait a minute, daddy, here come my friend. I love the way you walk when you pass me by, even when you try to snub. You kills me, darling, when you give me the eye. Baby, I want to be loved.
Not even sure what that mod is. Okay, navigation mesh. We don't ever mess with navigation mesh.
Baby woke up nervous. She was sweating from the steam heat. She kicked off the covers, fever burning bright, paranoia night. 5 alarm alert repeats. This city never beats you, but it buries you so deep. 'Cause there ain't no
Huh.
ain't no love on the street. Baby's breathing deeply. She's listening to her heartbeat. She walks into the kitchen, dishes in the sink. Does it even matter? Maybe read a magazine. And the corner goes go. Because there ain't no
Okay, realistic water 2 wins out on that one. We want to leave that one alone. Yes, never mess with nav mesh except from within the creation kit. If you have a problem with nav mesh where somebody forgot to say combine 2 edges of a nav mesh and your characters NPCs are getting stuck there, then you can always go within the CK and fix that. But it should always be done from within creation kit, because creation kit has to do some special saves to it that to make it work correctly. So nav mesh, never mess with nav mesh except within the CK, and never ever mess with questing. Always leave quests alone. Allow unless you really know the quest well and know what you're doing. I personally have never messed with with questing. Those are 2 good rules of thumb that I learned from Nazen. Okay, I think this is a patch we're going to leave alone. And that's red because its sub-record is red.
baby needs a frame of reference. Some other place to go. An all-night laundrette. Light a cigarette. Jump an usherette. Babe's an all-night diner. She's got a trucker's appetite.
Absolutely. Um, Parkway asked, will a fair bit of the stuff he learns within my guide be applicable to modding other games too? Absolutely, especially Bethesda games. Um, but really, a lot of it transfers over to modding all games. It's just some things go like modding Tomb Raider games does not have a data folder, so they mod slightly different. Same with Minecraft, but a lot of the stuff does transfer over, especially though for modding any Bethesda games. Now this one I'm not 100% sure if I should copy this over. Yeah. I'm not sure if Mountain Blade works with MO2 or not. I would say probably not. Unless Mountain Blade has a data folder that it puts its data into. I think I should do that. Okay, I need to restart again here. You could always do like Fallout games or earlier Elder Scrolls stuff. Yeah, I've been playing Skyrim since it came out and I'm still not bored with it, so. Yeah, I really haven't been able to get into the Fallout games that much. As I say, I think I have like 600 hours in Fallout, but I couldn't get into it at all. Let's see. Yeah, 642 hours in a game I couldn't get into. Let's see. SSE, I have 630 hours in it. And the original Skyrim, 2,923 on PC. And probably at least that much on Xbox. Waiting for this filter to go here.
Good evening, thank you all for coming out here tonight. I gotta say, we used to play Milwaukee twice a year. We haven't been here since 2007. That's a shame. Sorry for the delay, man. We came back here. I would frequently get emails sent to me, and they would say stuff like, "Hi, Joe.
Alright, here we go again.
And I'm happy to say we got our report card last Wednesday, and it debuted number 1 again on the Billboard Blues charts. Thank you very much for all your support. And we just like to say you know, as hard as we work and as much as we travel to come out here and again to see such a beautiful reception tonight really means the world to everybody here in the States. So thank you very much again. Quick piece of new stuff for you. I hope you enjoy it. Hit the road.
Nah, Section 13's not that bad. Section 8's really the biggest. But 13 is next to the end. Let's see here. I think I like Isolde being essential. She should definitely be there. Okay, this is a non-resolvable conflict here. USEP makes it so that they never respawn, the Dark Brotherhood initiates. I kind of like the fact that they do respawn. So, think we'll leave that alone. You know, they're essential, so it shouldn't matter. If they're essential, they never die, so why would they need to respawn? But I think we'll leave that alone. Give them. There we go. Now this pan NPC's DG is where it makes them look better. So if I were to move that female head over, it kind of might mess things up. So we're gonna leave that alone. But I do like giving them the opulent outfit stuff. Clothing. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Whoops, I did that wrong. Crap. Pan NPC's Dog Garden. Got to copy as an override into. You know what? Once this loads up, I'm going to exit right back out of it. I want to try something here real quick. Yeah, right. Edit, add, file. Yeah. Maybe just a half a second here, y'all. Show you what I'm doing here.
Well, now tell me, what in the world can be wrong?
Oops.
I said, tell me, what in the world can be wrong? Woke up this morning, trouble knocking at my door. I wonder what's the trouble.
And then
Great big trouble's at my door. I wonder what's the trouble. Great big trouble's at my door. That's the noise my baby making. Don't want me here no more. I'll never forget it.
I think that's right.
Let this trouble pass. I'll never
We
forget
shall see here momentarily if that works or not.
this trouble pass. Yes, I wonder sometime how long my trouble gonna last.
Oh, yeah, I think I got it right. Chef says this goes faster. He sent me a message over on Discord.
I said goodbye. Goodbye, baby, got to go.
Oh, sorry.
I said goodbye. Goodbye, baby,
Hang on.
go. I ain't hanging around here. Way with trouble no more.
Oops.
Trouble is nagging. Trouble is nagging. Trouble is nagging. Trouble is nagging.
This argument for Xedit.
Can't be worried yet no more.
And it did loaded it up way faster. Well, it would be, hang on, since that goes so quick here. Way faster. It would be this set of arguments here. Of course, the first one would be the path that goes to where your Xedit is installed to. It just loads up your full load order and then shows, then runs the that I'm not sure of. You'd have to ask that question to Elminster. It does go faster than the standard filter, though. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that argument. Chef wrote it up on my channel over on Discord, so. Yeah, I'm probably going to add that into the guide. As another way to set up Xedit. It does go way faster. Okay, it looks like pretty much all the ducks and swans can be ignored, yeah.
Over here now. Slipping up in the hill now. Feet cold. Well, everything is bad. Spurdy, yeah. That's it. Tell her what I said. Yes, your son of a
Okay, it's one we've already looked at. There's another one we've already looked at. Yeah, I got a bunch. Well, not really. I'm overhauling mostly the main characters. Bajin's NPCs, and a couple of standalones, like Ayala and who are some others. Kind of all grouped together. Girder, Igrod, that's NPCs. Lovely Lydia, which I really like. I think it's an excellent mod. Had it for quite a while. Used it in Oldham even. And then of course I add in the House Carls Has Lives, which I like a lot. Allows them to move around and stuff and not just go sit at home, which is kind of nice. House Carls Have Lives and make her essential. I don't think she should be essential. And the Serranaholic, I've been using this one forever too. I used it in Oldham as well. Yeah, I've been using it forever. Serranaholic. Let's see here. like them having immersive weapons.
Don't try to get me back now, baby. 'Cause, baby, I'm through. I got my clothes in a matchbox. Gonna forget about you.
There we go. Let's take a look at what cutting room floor does first, yeah. Go ahead and copy that over. Cool, we all like dessert. Yeah.
that you're settled down, that you found a girl and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd hoped you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over yet. Never mind, I'll find
Don't know why USEP takes shock away from him, but I think I'll leave it.
wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Give him the opulent outfit.
Nothing compares, no worries or cares, regrets and mistakes their memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste?
I think I am close to calling it a day.
Someone like you, I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you.
Yeah, you know, I think I'll leave the True Storms sounds there.
Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
as long as I'm in this world. I am the light to this world. Just as long as I'm in this world. I am the light to this world. Just as long as I'm in this world. I am the light to this world. Just as long as I'm in this world. I am the light to this world. Oh,
All right.
you don't believe in Jesus, and not a word is said.
I think I am close to finishing it up for tonight. Let's just see if the game will actually play. Or if I've really messed something up badly. That's the truth. Might take a while for it to start up though. If it's gonna start up at all. There it goes. Gotta wait for ENB to build the shaders and all that stuff. It can take a few minutes before it actually starts. Now we'll see if all the mods load up here. Hey, look at there. Ah, okay, I'll have to check into that. Man, I just redid the NB like a month ago. Boris is always changing it though, refining it. Alright, well we made it in game at least. This part could take a while. Way too much stuff with the MCM.
Approach, my child, and choose where your new life shall begin you own. Even a modest existence is something to admire.
Yeah, it takes forever to set up everything in the HUD. I'm just going to do a couple quick things here. What the hell am I looking for? There it is. There we go. There's just a couple things I always do there. Let me jot that down. MCM full screen mod. Well, doesn't look like I ruined anything. Which is cool. I heard a kitty cat. Do I start out owning a kitty cat? Hey, yeah, looks like it. Cool. Everything looks right. We changed that. Cool. Animated eating redo is working. Oh, sweet, thanks. 22825 is Nexus ID. Cool. All right. Yeah, immersive spells, when you read a spell book, you then take notes on it, and then you have to take time to actually learn the spell instead of instantly learning the spell. Don't tell Avery, but one of those immersive things. Yeah, it's in the guide. Yeah, I'm only playing mods that are currently in the guide. Nothing extra here.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Oh, I love it. Finish spells. Idle spells. Just having fun. Oh, Lord. Put the two of them dancing together. Then his forehead is just wrong. Okay. Let's see, what's today? Sundays. Him Scares should be preaching.
For I am
Yep.
the chosen of Talos. I alone
But he won't
have
preach
been
tomorrow.
anointed by the Ninth to spread his holy word. Talos the mighty, Talos the unerring, Talos the unassailable. To you we give praise. We are but maggots.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that thieves' den. I can't stop now, and I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter?
Yeah, sorry about the jerkiness there. It only happens when I'm streaming.
I don't have any money. You better give
Runs
me 5
good and
seconds
smooth
right
for
now.
me.
I'm gonna bloody your nose. No,
Normally.
please. I really don't have any money, Brandon.
Oh, all the scripts are running fine. Cool. Let's see. Yep, there we go. That's working. Which one? The one that showed the items? Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're playtesting. The one that showed what the Blue Mountain Flower did? Yeah. Yeah, once you learn a...
They say
see,
the
this
college is
one they all
snooping
say
around
unknown.
Sakal.
You
Mages
barely
rebel
see
your
it there
shit.
to the right.
No good can come of that.
But then once I pick it, and I eat it and learn what it does. See, lavender tells me the first is resist magic because I've already picked one and ate one. And then as you learn, it'll fill them all on in. I believe that comes from Moorhud. There's the Moorhud and then the Moorhud inventory. And Moorhud also, which is kind of nice, shows you enemy health and all that good stuff too. Oh no, I did not pick and eat in one motion. That'd be nice if you could.
By Eastmere, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all, just north by the Loria's farm. Fool had a coffin in a car.
Cutting room floors working right. Sophia's where she's supposed to be. Over there sleeping in the stable naked.
Quite the journey, Uther.
Guards of Whiterun is working okay. See, Giant will not be here yet. Start up the main quest. Make sure it starts up okay. Even though I've already play tested this, mod list should be good to go. Even though I'm steady adding mods to it. Yep, main quest is gonna start fine. I do like really blended roads. Having the roads 3D is just a huge difference. Yeah, I need to try Dynaload, see if it'll work again. I might do that tomorrow. Go, main quest has started up just fine. At Oakwood, since it's added in, make sure it's working okay. Yep, Oakwood is in place and looks good. Using rustic windows.
Mining is hard work, but we pay a fair price for any ore you dig up.
I...
This should be good. I'm getting out of here.
Thanks. Yeah, over 200 texture mods kind of makes things look fairly decent. Hang on a sec. Let me check the install instructions on that one. Give me a minute to get to the... I'm on my phone here, so just give me a second to get to the guide. Yeah, I imagine Dindolo to make it look even way better. Okay, 13B, cool. Let's see, you and friends, content, guides. Modded Skyrim SE 34392 and 13B. Actually, a lot of ways on the. And I'm looking for Gothic Plate. A lot of ways on the phone you can get around the guides a lot faster. Okay, I got it. You're going to download and merge both files. For the update, you'll do a manual download, then choose Save As, and save it in the Downloads folder of Mod Organizer. Hang on a sec. I can even show you real quick. Oh. Alright. B. Gothic Plate. You okay over there, sweetie? Uh-oh. Files. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna download this one normally. We'll just let it download into the mod manager as normal. Then the second half, we're going to do a manual download. Choose Save As. And this PCD MO2 instances downloads. You're going to save it into this folder. No, just place a zip file in there. So we'll do save. See, when we do that, if you go here, it can now be installed normally through MO2. To get to show where the find the folder, you click on the little thing up here and open downloads folder, and that'll give you the path. See, mine is D MO2 SSE instances downloads. And then when you go to install it, it's simple. You just do your normal install from the data folder. For me, that's easier than using the download button from up here, saving it somewhere else. So now, see, this one will just, the update will just download, install normally. I find that way easier. Alright, that's it. I think I'm about ready to end this stream for now. I've been at it a while. Yeah, I've been at this stream for 3.5 hours. I think we're gonna end it here. So that's it. Anybody got any other questions? Yeah, patching is pretty easy. One thing I will say, if it sounds like something you don't think you should do, probably don't do it. Yep, I got hours and hours more if I ever do it complete. Not 100% sure I ever will. Because I keep just adding too many mods and stuff. Okay, yes, Parkway, go ahead. Yes, I keep it that way. If you right click here, if you right click on a mod, you have a number of, yes, it is okay. So what I usually do is delete installed downloads, and it keeps my downloads folder pretty empty. Yes, you can just hide them too and keep them. My 1 terabyte D drive is getting kind of foolish, so I've only got 200 gigs free, so I'm not saving downloads anymore. Yep, now if you want to keep the downloads, you can do the right click and hide install instead of delete installed. And then if you have them hidden, there's a button here that says hidden files. It'll bring everything back up so you can find if you want to. Couple pretty handy things, and then of course you can always use filters to find the exact one you want. But you click that hidden and it'll bring up all of them that you have hidden. Yeah, MO2's got a lot of nice features that we did not have with MO1. They've been adding in a lot of nice stuff. Okay, I'm going to stop the